Commercial built construction has long known the advantages of metal roofing, and we really feel like the residential market has a chance to take those same advantages and employing those construction methods in those constructions. So we really felt like this is an excellent opportunity for us to showcase our products on the residential side. In the ReVISION house, we used actually a commercial metal panel or a batten lock panel because it had a 2-on-12 roof slope, and it's naturally configured for that application. Metal roofs have a lot of different advantages, particularly when it relates to retrofit construction. First off, it can go over a lot of different kind of substrates. A lot of times when you're pulling off the existing roof, you don't really know what you're going to have underneath. Metal can very easily be configured to go over a lot of different substrates, make that process easier. There's also a lot of inherent values to it with the highly reflective coatings that are available to reflect energy to help with cooling costs, as well as mitigate the heat island effect. When you talk about reflective coatings, there's different numbers that come into play, and the two most important ones are solar reflectivity and solar reflectivity index, or SRI. Solar reflectivity is simply the percentage of energy that is reflected from the roof at the solar spectrum level. So in this particular building, it's got an SRI of 46. In other words, 46% of the solar energy is reflected back into the atmosphere as opposed to being absorbed by the building. SRI is a commonly used metric to talk about reflectivity as well. It stands for Solar Reflective Index, and essentially that is a rating from 0 to 100, 100 being the highest rating and 1 being the least. And the SRI of the ReVISION Las Vegas house is a 53. And that is what is typically looked at when you're measuring the resistance or the help actually of a roof and mitigating the heat island effect. Solar reflectance plays more into energy calculations and relates more to energy savings and Energy Star. There's another technology that we've deployed in the ReVISION Las Vegas house called above sheeting ventilation, or ASV. Above sheeting ventilation is pretty simple in concept. You put a small airspace underneath the metal panel. What happens is the sun strikes a metal panel, heats the panel up from what energy isn't reflected. That heat has to go somewhere. Providing that airspace allows that heat to actually go into heating the air in the airspace, and then you provide venting at the eave and at the ridge. Natural buoyancy carries that heat up through the ridge vent and allows that temperature to be mitigated at the roof panel level. Heat can't get into the attic if it's pushed out prior to even coming in contact with the substrate, so that's an inherent advantage right there. Along the coatings line, we have several Energy Star approved or qualified colors. Those colors have been tested by independent testing agencies to show that they have good reflective values, not just initially, but also 3 years after they've been aged in a test farm. They're tested again, and Energy Star requires certain reflectivity values both before and after that aging process. Many of our roof colors have gone through that testing process and are Energy Star qualified, which allows them to be participants in residential tax credit programs that the government sponsors. When you retrofit metal roofs over existing structures, the inherent flexibility of the panel, and I both mean in terms of its physical flexibility, but also the number of different ways it can be applied to the substrate. It allows you to kind of modify the roof to the field conditions that you have for the retrofit, so that when you're done, you got a weather-tight, correctly functioning roof envelope. So we are at MBCI. We're very excited to be able to participate in the ReVISION Las Vegas project. We felt that metal roofs were an excellent addition to a net zero energy use building, and we really felt like we could provide that product and really enhance the projects. We were very excited to have that opportunity.